What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture and to Culture Catch Up, the weekly live podcast where we talk about all things major movie and television news from the week. You guys direct the stream with your questions and the things you are most interested in. So, let's talk. I mean, really, the crazy thing is that the internet has been broken. I titled my video appropriately. The internet has been broken with Spider-Man. Fortnite's getting Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's happening, and the toys are, I got the new Spider-Man No Way Home Funko Pop, and so much happening with Spider-Man across the world right now. The promotion, the opportunities for marketing, the hype. Spider-Man, I think, is quickly becoming the most popular, if he isn't already, superhero of all time. Now, I feel like a lot of people could argue for Batman or for Superman, maybe Iron Man, Captain America, but I think Spider-Man has to be top 3 most loved characters of all time. Go ahead and let me know if you disagree or who you think is more loved than Spider-Man, but the hype that has happened around one character, or we'll say 3, because it's 3 different Spider-Men, definitely has just surpassed anything I've seen before, and it's pretty crazy. It's insane, and it is a monumental moment in our lives, and I just am super excited to see where this takes us as a culture, because Spider-Man has always just been so much fun. I'm gonna look and see who's up in the chat and say hi to some of y'all now. Dream, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Jake, TT Stop Motion, Gulple, Zach, Tattoo, Cole, thank you all so much for joining, and everybody else, of course, as well. Remember, this is the live podcast where we talk about what you guys are most excited for in the news from the week. Ghostly Ranger, happy birthday. Thank you for joining on your birthday, and let's have fun with that. I almost wish Toby and Andrew won't show up at this point. Why, Jake? Just to make everybody sad? Just to make everybody sad? Jake out here trying to make little kids cry. Mikey, thank you for subscribing. Spider-Man is by far the worst hero of all time. Okay, why? I'm open to anybody's opinions. I'm not one to shut down opinions. I would like to know why, though. Why do you think that? Or are you just saying that to be an extremist? Spider-Man is by far... He is the top superhero of all time. Superhero is your... Okay, Cole, so you tell me why yourself. I want to hear your guys' arguments. We're talking about Spider-Man now. Is he or is he not the best superhero of all time? Or at least the most loved, the most popular superhero of all time? I'm not necessarily saying the strongest or the most capable, but is he the fan favorite superhero of all time? I think I'm going to have to get a group of YouTubers together. Maybe we'll get Warren, Allie, Brad, just the nobodies, the real rejects in here. And we'll have a super lively debate of who the most loved superhero of all time is. It was a joke. You're bored? Not going to lie? Well, there you go. That was my assumption. What do you guess was in the 40 minutes press release? Like any important stuff or just normal first 40 minutes? I bet it was the first 40 minutes of the movie Dreams. And for those of you who are wondering, he's talking about the press release that happened 2 days ago where they showed the first 45 minutes of the film, but then they cut it off. So I'm going to go ahead and say after the first 45 minutes of the film is when things start to get a little crazy and spoilers might start to be released and they know people are going to open their mouths, so they just cut it off. Spider-Man was popular, but Deadpool is the best. I actually tend to agree with you on that. I love Deadpool. He's my favorite comic book hero of all times. I would say that the face of Marvel was Spider-Man for a long time before Disney Avengers. Oh, I 100% agree. I think Spider-Man has always been one of the most beloved characters. His action figures have probably always sold. His comics have always sold. His movies, his animated TV shows, they've always done relatively well. I'm not surprised by this fact. I just think we've reached new heights because of No Way Home and because of the culmination of all the characters. But we're getting a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, the cartoon teaser trailer for episode 2, for movie 2 today. CCXP is currently live, and the director promised us that we will be getting one, and Daniel RPK backed that up. I mean, probably the other way around. Daniel RPK said we were getting one, and the director backed that up by tweeting that we will be getting a massive surprise tomorrow, which is today. So, again, very exciting that as well. You need that Spider-Man Funko Pop. I have two. Let me show you them. I just recently got, literally yesterday, the Spider-Man No Way Home Funko Pop. This one. And then I've always had this one, and this is, in my opinion, the best Funko Pop in the history of Funko Pops. Boom. Check that out. It's literally the meme. Check that out. That's the coolest freaking Funko Pop that exists, and I love it. So yeah, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan myself. I got in my display back here Spider-Man comics and toys and Funko Pops and memorabilia from movies that I went to and all sorts of different things. So I'm just like all of you guys. Yeah, you definitely should get one, Ghostly Ranger. Yeah, which one? The pointing one? He's just the freaking best. He's so much fun. He is so much fun. We love that one. Do you want to see Kraven the Hunter? I mean, yeah, I always want to see it. A Green Goblin Funko, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Trying to think what I was about to say. Something of value. Funko Pops are kind of lame, but it's cool. They did the meme. You know, I have the ones that you see on the shelf there. I have a Tom Brady one playing for the Bucks, the No Way Home one, the Pointing Meme one, and a Jungle Cruise one, The Rock. So I don't have many, but I have a couple. Stormwave Entertainment Media. Sorry. Thank you so much for the super chat. And here's what he says. He is the most relatable and loved since we all go through his type of stuff. Money trouble, girl and family trouble, school and peer pressure, car trouble, looking for a job, all the while trying to be a good person. That's why. Honestly, you nailed it. That's 100% true. Spider-Man is and always has been the most relatable character in the world. He always has been the one that we can look to and be like, hey, I know what it's feeling, you know? My uncle died, my dad died, my mom died, my brother died. That's relatable, and every Spider-Man has suffered the same thing, and that's loss. A deep loss. Whether it's MJ or Gwen Stacy, whether it's Uncle Ben. A lot of people can relate to that, can appreciate that, can use that to stand strong. And that's why this Spider-Man movie has blown up, is because there are a huge number of people just like you and me who, when we were kids and we watched Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or the animated series and we saw Spider-Man dealing with those issues, we leaned on how he dealt with it to be better people. Because that is what makes Peter Parker, and that is the selflessness that will always cause him to do what's right. And sometimes he makes mistakes, and sometimes him trying to be a good person causes him to be a bad person or make mistakes, but it is that selflessness that always prevails with Peter Parker that makes him so relatable. And I think it makes people want to be like him. So thank you for that. Let me get your name one more time. Stormwave Entertainment, thank you so much for the super chat, 1, and 2, even more so for the amazing peephole of everything that is Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man is the best Marvel hero because of how relatable he is. Exactly, Marvel Spider. We just talked about that. Do you want them to make an MCU movie with an Indian Spider-Man, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm afraid. Pavitir Prabhakar. I apologize for absolutely butchering the name. I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I feel like there are definitely a lot of Indian kids who love Spider-Man, and I'm sure that would be cool for them to be able to look up to it. You know, it's hard to appreciate how much other people want to see a character of their own race. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do it or that we should do it or whatever. I'm not advocating one way or the other. I'm just saying, you know, all superheroes, while I've been growing up, have always been, you know, white superheroes. Iron Man's white and Spider-Man's white and Deadpool's white. And so I've always had that. But I guarantee you that there are millions of little Indian boys who would love to see a Indian Spider-Man. And I think that would be really cool for them to have that opportunity, so that who they're looking up to is somebody of their culture. But again, I don't think it's a bad thing that we look up to other characters. I look up immensely to Black Panther. I love the ideology of the character. I love the way that he conducts himself. He respects everybody and everything around him, the environment, people, cultures. And obviously, he's of a different culture than me. But you can look up to characters of different cultures and gain value from that. So I think it goes both ways 100%. Billy Bug says, Chris, I've heard from a source that Paramount wants to have the Sonic Movie 2 trailer attached to the screenings of Scream 5. Is this possible considering Sonic's is a kid movie? It would seem weird, wouldn't it? I don't know why. I mean, Sonic is everybody's movie, right? It's kid friendly, but it's not made just for kids. It's made for me. I love Sonic. I'm probably one of the biggest fans of Sonic. So I don't know. It's not necessarily not true. I'm sure it will be attached to Scream. I don't know if the original release is going to be from Scream. That's what I'll say about that. Hey, Alley Cat. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Squirrel Girl meets Kraven the Hunter. You heard about Doctor Strange 2 trailer is done. 100%. Yeah, I cannot wait for that. I am more excited for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness than I honestly am for Spider-Man No Way Home. Who is my favorite Marvel character? In the comics, it's always been Deadpool. In the MCU, obviously Deadpool hasn't entered the MCU yet, and when he does, I'm going to lose my mind. But I've always loved Spider-Man. I've always loved Iron Man. Even before the first Iron Man movie, I remember reading the Iron Man comics, and they didn't even sell that well before. So I don't know. Definitely a lot of options there. Have I ever seen the movie Looper? I have. It's a very good movie, Ghostly Ranger. Very good movie for sure. It's a fun concept. All right. Do you think there will be a sixth villain? I personally think Mysterio is still alive. I don't know what Sony and Disney's plan is for Spider-Man. I don't think he's going to be immediately involved in future films. My personal belief, or at least the way I think they should do it, is Spider-Man should end with Spider-Man. Nobody knows who he is anymore, and he kind of disappears. And then a few years later down the road, he comes back when he's in his college, and he feels the weight of responsibility, and great power comes great responsibility. So I don't know. I think that would be difficult to say, oh yeah, bring Mysterio back alive just to make him die or disappear again. Like, where are you going to put him? You're not going to kill him again, are you? Like, I don't know. Jack says, Homecoming is one of the most rewatchable MCU movies in your opinion. You know, I think that about a few. Iron Man 1 is probably the best film in the MCU. I love it. It's so much fun to watch. What's my favorite Hawkeye trick arrow? Honestly, the Pym one was insane. I feel like that's an obvious answer because that was a cool surprise. The one that had all the grapples and pulled the trees on the car was a lot of fun as well. The acid one's a lot of... I mean, he did a good job. And there's a scene where we're going to see him becoming... like, making different arrows with Stark Tech in Hawkeye. We're going to see that. So I'm excited for that. I want to see how he makes them. Stormwave Entertainment Media, thank you for becoming a community member. If there are any community members in the chat right now, go ahead and show him some of the emotes he just opened, please. Everybody, welcome him to the member side of the channel. I appreciate it, Stormwave. Thank you so much for joining an elite group of individuals like Jake and Alley Cat here. There's a few others, but they're not here at the moment. Captain America Civil War is my favorite Marvel movie. Captain America Civil War, again, a very, very watchable film. A lot of fun. Can you donate with PayPal? I actually don't know. You'll have to ask Jake. He's our resident knowledger of donating. I don't even know if he'll know. The link is, I don't even know actually how to do it. You click on the little money sign and it'll show you how to do it. But I don't actually know. What's my favorite Spider-Man suit? Like a powerful one. Well, that's different questions. There's what's the most powerful suit, and then what's my favorite suit. My favorite Spider-Man suit is probably Tobey Maguire's original suit from the first movie he's in. I love that suit. My favorite Tom Holland suit is probably the first Stark one he gets, the red and blue one. And the most powerful one is probably definitely the Iron Spider. I don't think the Iron Spider was used to its full potential. Maybe we'll get to see some of that in Spider-Man No Way Home, though. Okay, hear me out. I think Vulture will return alongside Mysterio. In the LEGO sets, we see this, and just it makes sense, but to be honest, but again, just my opinion. Yeah, I definitely know we've seen some LEGO sets with them. A lot of them say inspired by the events of Far From Home or Homecoming. So it's hard to say if they'll definitely be there, if they just grab the characters. But definitely fun. Have I ever watched a Marvel movie twice in a cinema theater? Oh, yeah. Most of them I've seen 3 or 4 times in the cinema. About when they come out, we go, in 2 weeks, we'll probably go 3, 4, 5 times. Because you got to remember, this is my job. And when the movies first come out, it's hard to talk about. the movie when you've only seen it once. So you got to go a couple times. Shang-Chi we saw like 5 times in like 6 days. I like Spider-Man Far From Home, but I think No Way Home will be the best in 13 days. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, DD. I'm very excited for it, though. The black suit is the most powerful one. The black suit, like the Venom one? Oh, you mean the integrated one. Well, we haven't really seen that one yet, so it's hard to say. And it also seems like he's only going to have that suit for about an hour, you know? Because he ends up with the integrated red, black, gold, blue suit with everything. So obviously that suit isn't good enough because he has to make a new one. So, I don't know. The black suit is the most powerful because Doctor Strange gives Peter magic powers. Yeah, we just talked about that. I actually want to do something. I tried something out today and it worked pretty well. I want to click on my tweet and I want to show you guys. I did a little questionnaire on Twitter today, and surprisingly a ton of you guys interacted with it, which I love to see. And I'm going to read what you guys had to say. This was like a little poll, and you guys involuntarily involved yourselves in my poll. Display capture on. Okay, here it is. Let me make it just a touch bigger so y'all can see, because y'all always complain about how small it is. Stormwave, thank you. My newest member, and again, huge dono. Appreciate it. Says, is it all right if I do comedy and entertainment sketches to your news from videos in the future? I dress as Spidey and other comedy characters. It's family-friendly material. You know, I'm not going to consent to you making fun of me. As long as you're not making fun of me, sure, go for it. I don't want to be made fun of. I don't think anybody wants to be made fun of. But if you want to do like some fun stuff with it, absolutely. Just join the Discord. Links, I'll drop the link for you, and show me when you make them. I'd love to see them, honestly. If it's all family-friendly, it seems like it'll be fun for everybody. So as long as everybody's having a good time, absolutely. Sounds like a very fun and creative idea. There you go. Okay. Then there you go. Join the Discord and send me links to stuff when you do it, because I'd love to check it out for you. Maybe if they're funny enough, I'll even play them on one of my streams. All right. So today on Twitter, I said, "What up?" What up? Okay, let's try this again. Today on Twitter, I said, what upcoming Marvel movie are you most excited for? Not Spider-Man, go. And a ton of people interacted. Well, going by official movies coming, then I can't wait for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. However, if we can include rumored movies in this, then I look forward to a possible Thunderbolts movie, given the seeds already planted with U.S. Agent Yelena working for Valve. Don't forget about Zemo. Don't forget about Thunderbolt Ross, who was a huge member of the Thunderbolts. Red Hulk. And 100% Thunderbolts, definitely one of my most anticipated films, even though it's not officially confirmed. I completely agree with Everyday Geek. John says, if I had to pick one, Ant-Man with Kang in it and maybe a post-credit scene hinting at the Fantastic Four. Sounds like you watched my video the other day. And I 100% agree. I think the Kang aspect of the Ant-Man movie is going to be fantastic. Ben says, Thor God of Love and Thunder, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Doctor Strange 2. So he picked them all. Thor, actually, I feel like this is being heavily slept on, says Vic. I don't disagree. Everything's being slept on because of Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man is becoming just this, I don't want to use the word cancer, because it's a great thing, and cancer's a bad thing. But I think it's definitely not getting the hype it needs to, but it will. Just wait. When Multiverse of Madness comes out, we start getting TV spots, trailers for Thor Love and Thunder. Absolutely going to be awesome. Ellen says, can we talk about Uncle Kingpin in Hawkeye? We can in just a minute. I'm going to hit this Twitter bit, and then we can start talking about that 100%. Just remind me. Defo Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Either Doctor Strange 2 or Captain Marvel 2. That's the first time I've heard about Captain Marvel 2. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Fantastic Four. Blade. Thor Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange 2 and Morbius, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange 2, all of them, Doctor Strange. Replying to Carl to Chris, Doctor Strange from Billy Bug News, who is in the chat right now. Darian says, I'd be super excited to see a Hawkeye movie. I don't know if he'll get a movie. Kate Bishop might, but I don't know if Hawkeye will. Sorry, but Spider-Man. There you go. So listen to this. At least half of these, I'm going to go ahead and just like everything. Half of these got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And that was actually So that actually worked out really nicely because that was the point I was hoping to make. Doctor Strange is literally being just eclipsed right now by Spider-Man No Way Home. But as soon as Spider-Man's done, you know, as soon as Spider-Man's over, it's going to transition over to whatever huge cliffhanger they're going to leave for us. And it's going to show us how many people are actually hyped for Spider-Man No Way Home. Or not Spider-Man No Way Home, my apologies, for Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be a groundbreaking, altering of time film, guys. It's going to be something pretty crazy, pretty spectacular. And honestly, I don't know if we'll ever see something like it in the MCU again. So get ready for it. Get excited. Because it's going to get crazy. Okay, somebody else just answered. Noah said, I would like to see a Wolverine movie. That would also be fantastic. Justine says, I would love to see Young Avengers movie with Clint as the boss. Thank you. I agree 100%. I would love to see Clint play a Nick Fury role for the Young Avengers. He's always had that father figure ability to motivate and help. You think about Wanda, you think about Nat, you think about a lot of different characters in the MCU who he's kind of guided. Kate Bishop now. He's always been a very good father figure. Hulk, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you want, join the channel as well. Hello from Germany. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. When will be the first look of the Multiverse of Madness? Rumors are and news are telling the trailer is ready and soon to arrive. My assumption is that they are going to wait until after Spider-Man. The movie is just, Spider-Man is just too big. It's taken too much attention away from everything else. And it would only make sense to me if they waited until it was over to start talking about other things. But yeah, the trailer's ready to go. I presume we're going to get a pretty huge cliffhanger in Spider-Man No Way Home for Multiverse of Madness. And then that's going to lead a week, 2 weeks later into the trailer, which is going to lead into the film and all of the excitement. And hopefully the hype from Spider-Man No Way Home transitions into Multiverse of Madness, like a 2-part film almost, and people can be just as excited about it. Because I think that would be just a blast, an absolute blast. An absolute blast. Happy is going to die sad. It's a possibility. How sure am I that there are 3 Spideys in No Way Home? Like 99.8% sure. I know that Disney streaming service is going to rise up soon as Spidey and Multiverse of Madness come out. Then HBO Max will notice the competition is on. Oh yeah, the stream wars are as strong as ever. You know, during COVID and quarantine and all that, there was a lot of the stream wars saga. A lot of people talking about, you know, who has the superior content. Netflix kind of lacked a little bit, but then picked it up. And Disney Plus has always been very strong. HBO Max has been controversial. Then you have Paramount Plus, Apple TV, Peacock, which I love Peacock. Out of all of them, I probably watch Peacock the most, which is Universal streaming platform. They're all really kind of pushing it to each other to be the best and have the most and do it all. So we'll have to wait and see. Is anyone out there that thinks Kingpin isn't in Hawkeye? That's a good question. What do you guys think, Jake? Jake's question is, does anybody think Hawkeye or Kingpin isn't in Hawkeye? You know, Jake, I'll say it's possible that we don't actually get the full reveal. It's possible that we don't ever actually meet him, but it's just kind of teased the whole way through until maybe the Echo series, when they finally and officially bring him into the MCU. So it is possible that he won't be in it, even though he's been in it. But I feel like they've teased him way too much for him to not be in it at this point. You're waiting for Miles Morales to come into the MCU. Yeah, and I've heard a lot that we might get a huge tease for him in Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't expect to see him suit up, but I think we might meet the character. Whether they tease him like they did with Kingpin or we actually meet him. He's like, hi, I'm Miles, you know, and that'd be fun. Definitely expected, though. Do you think Kraven the Hunter is underrated? I think a lot of people don't know much about him. I think a lot of people might not care as much about him, and I also think Sony doesn't necessarily do a very good job with their movies, just to be honest. Love from India. Thank you so much for joining, Imran. Okay, so we're getting an HBO Max panel in 4 hours. Expecting some Green Lantern news from DC. Yeah. I think it's likely we'll hear more about Peacemaker right now, not Pacemaker. But we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to get some of that news, but DC is in a weird place right now, guys. I'm excited for Black Adam and for Flash and for Aquaman 2 as individual movies. Shazam 2. But as far as a conglomerate of cinematic excellence, they are definitely lacking in the area. If James Franco shows up in Spider-Man No Way Home, what would happen? Is he going to come back as Hobgoblin? I don't know, but I will tell you, because of his current legal issues, I find it unlikely that Disney will hire him to return to be in one of their films. That's what I'll say about that. He has some scandal stuff going on, and Disney tends to stay away, whether he's guilty or not. At the moment, he's, under the scrutiny and speculation, so they'll probably stay away from him. So for those reasons, I can almost guarantee you he will not show up in the film. Big love from Hungary. Thank you so much for joining. Bayleaf, how you doing? Welcome. Are Spider-Man's movies coming to Disney Plus? I heard a huge rumor about that, and I even saw an image of a leaked update correction where they had the whole Spider-Man collection. I don't know if it's necessarily true. Peacock, which we were just talking about, Universal streaming service, actually just put the entire Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi universe trilogy on their streaming platform. I don't necessarily know how restrictions work, and if Sony can just tell Disney, yeah, sure, you can have it, or if there's a deal with Universal or Peacock has it. So all those details make it kind of difficult because they're all behind the scenes and nobody really knows them. But we hopefully we'll get that. All of them films in one. If Sony allows Disney, and it's allowed and it's not illegal or infringing anybody's rights, for Disney Plus to get all the Spider-Man films, that would be awesome. Because even right now, the MCU Spider-Man films aren't on the Disney Plus. Like Homecoming isn't there. None of those are. What do I think about Midnight Suns movie? So a lot of people get this wrong. It's actually Midnight Suns with a U. Midnight Suns, not Midnight Suns. Just so you know. I cannot wait for that idea. I like MonsterVerse. I like, demons and ghouls and bad guys and monster hunters. I think that whole plot and the entire comic line is really, really cool. So we're just going to have to wait. Yeah, Peacock has all 3 Spider-Men. Somebody asked me another question. Oh, what's the point of this live? Jeezy? This is Culture Catch-Up every Saturday on the Cosmic Culture YouTube channel. I have about an hour-long live podcast where we talk about the movie news from the week, from Monday to today, Sunday to today. And the questions and the topics are based off of what you guys are interested in. It's a really fun idea. I started it probably, 4 months ago? And every single time, people come back, people are involved. It's a lot of fun, really cool community growing around it. And you guys ask some of the best questions, and we just have really good conversations. So that's what it's about. Stormwave, thank you for the super chat where he says, I read about Brandon Routh being in Kingdom Come Superman on HBO Max live action. Oof. I did a video on it, and HBO Max let me post it directly to their Facebook page. He said he wants to. Any news on it, or could you find out? I can look into it. I won't do it right now on the live. I actually have heard very little about this. I'll be honest, the DC shows, other than maybe Peacemaker, I haven't really watched too many of them. I can't get behind them. Like you look at Batwoman or even the Flash one that a lot of people like. I just don't like them. I don't think they're very well done. So I don't know a lot, and I'm not going to lie to you and pretend like I do, but I can definitely look into it, and maybe we can talk about it next week, or I'll make a video on it, depending on how interesting I think I can find it. Will there be a No Way Home red carpet premiere? Actually, we've heard very little. As you guys know, Warren and I, we've been able to go to a few of the Marvel premieres, and we've heard very little about what the deal is, what Sony's doing. I heard there is going to be an event, but it's going to be very small. So I'm not sure necessarily what the plan is for that, but we're just going to have to continue to wait and see. As soon as we know, though, we'll let you guys know. I hope Spider-Man 4 has a Batman vibe to it. Imagine a Black Cat Spider-Man movie. Yeah, that could be pretty intense. I think it's going to have a Batman-esque vibe, a very dark feel to it. It's not going to be the Home trilogy anymore. They're not going to have Spider-Man 4 Home Party or House Party or Home Quarantine. It's going to be something completely different, and it's going to be a whole new trilogy. And Tom Holland According to Amy Pascal, director at Sony, an executive producer at Sony, they are doing another trilogy, and Tom Holland is going to be a part of it. I wonder when next year they will show the teaser trailer for Doctor Strange 2, as some Eastern countries are only getting No Way Home in January and February, especially since both films are connected. You know, that's a really good point, and I actually tend to wonder the same thing. Like, when are we going to be seeing this this information? I don't know why necessarily they moved everything for those other ones, but those other countries, and I feel bad for them. I feel like they're definitely going to have the movie spoiled for them unless they just stay off the internet. But I agree with you. I don't know what the plan is for that. What would be better, Marvel versus Star Wars or Marvel versus DC? So, Jack, that's a good question, and I actually get it a lot. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am probably one of the only people out there who will actively tell you that I don't want that to happen. I am very against DC versus Marvel, Marvel versus Star Wars. I think they should remain in their own realms. I don't want to see them intermingle. I think fun Easter eggs, for example, like with Free Guy, where they had the lightsaber and the Fortnite pickaxe and the Captain America shield and the Hulk hands and all of that, that's fun. That's cool little Easter eggs in a conglomerate movie with a bunch of different hidden Easter eggs. Stuff like that I find cool because they're references. But as far as Marvel versus DC, I just never want to see it. Ever. So I don't know what would be better. In my opinion, none of it. Marvel and DC and Star Wars just kind of doing their own thing. What is my theory on the Sinister Six villain? Honestly, everybody's pretty sure there isn't one. I feel like Mysterio has to be alive because that's a good way to vindicate Spider-Man. Because if he's alive, and that would make everything crazy. But I don't know. It seems like there actually just are 5 villains based off everything I've read, everything I've seen, all the people I know and talk to. Like, that sounds like what's actually happening here. Good question. Already read that one. Hey, Chris, what the heck happened to the Sonic 2 trailer? Yeah, what the heck did happen to the Sonic 2 trailer? I don't know if y'all saw my video. Paramount straight up teased in the most blatant way possible people asking on their YouTube channel when the Spider-Man trailer was coming out, and they were like, Thanksgiving, eyes, haha. Good things come to people who wait, and turkey, ha ha ha. Thanksgiving, haha. And then nothing happened. I'm not sure if there was some type of delay for some reason, or they pulled out in the last second, or if they were just teasing nothing, because why not? Like, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Do I consider Book of Boba Fett as Mandalorian Season 2.5? I mean, I haven't seen it. I feel like it's going to have a very similar feel, like the kind of ranger, cowboy, and space feel. But I think it's going to go off its branch. It's going to do its own thing. And that's just like everything in Star Wars. They all connect. That's something Star Wars has done very well, is connect everything very decently. There are very few moments where it's like, this doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know that I count it as 2.5, but I think it will have a very similar, a very familiar and similar feel, yeah. Just throwing people off their set. I mean, I guess, Jake, but it seems kind of like a dick move. But I don't know. Hey, Chris, what's my favorite Spider-Man video game? I never had a PlayStation. I grew up with a Wii and a GameCube and a Sega Genesis. When I turned 18, my family bought their first Xbox. And then I kind of played Xbox for a while, and then I transitioned to PC, and I've never played any of the Spider-Man games, ever. Because PlayStation is exclusive with Spider-Man, and they don't share them. Hey, Chris, what's your favorite Spider-Man? I already read that. Do you think that Spider-Man will have an actual second trailer, or just a bunch of TV spots until the movie's released? So we've already gotten a second trailer. I guess the question at this point is, will we get a final trailer? And I think yes. Maybe not. I think yes. I feel like they should do a final trailer where they tease like the shadows of the other Spider-Man or something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure 100%. I hope so. I haven't heard anything about one though, yo. I thought maybe we would get one on Spider Monday, but we didn't really get one. I wonder who the new villains will be in the next trilogy of Spider-Man. Well, Venom, for starters. And honestly, I hope Venom shows up in more than one film. I hope it's not just like, oh, the first one starts with Venom. So that'll be fun. I don't think she trolled us, official. I think the question is, what do you think of the theory that Amy Pascal just trolled us. She only said that it is the next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Marvel, and not all 3 others are with Tom Holland. So I read her interview, and she said we have a trilogy coming, and it's with Tom Holland. I don't think she's teasing or trolling. I think she spoke out of turn, and Sony didn't want her to reveal that. Tom Holland didn't want her to reveal that. He was still trying to figure out what his future was. But it seems like the plan is to move ahead with a Spider-Man trilogy. Everybody's reporting it and talking about how he's going to be the first one with 2 trilogies, and and quite frankly, with the amount of money and hype he's making, it makes perfect sense. My old friend Spider-Man, says Electro. Yep, 100% TT stop motion shorts. Well, that's odd because I played the 2 Amazing Spider-Man games on Xbox 360. Really? Okay, interesting. Well, the first Xbox I ever owned was an Xbox One. So maybe by the time Xbox One came out, that PlayStation started going exclusive with their game. Maybe it wasn't originally, and I'm just misinformed. But I never had an Xbox 360, and there's never been a Spider-Man game, to my knowledge, on Xbox One. Or maybe I just missed out and I never played any of them. Maybe that's a possibility too. I'm going to guess that the first trailer for Moon Knight won't be shown until maybe like March. Oh yeah, it'll be a while, and it'll probably be at some type of a Disney event that they show it. You got your ticket for Spider-Man No Way Home? Fantastic. I did too. I'm watching at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time on the 16th. So one of the first viewings in America. Do I like the Spider-Man assassin web shooters the ones shoot bullets as well as webs? Interesting. Doesn't sound very Spider-Man-esque for me, to be honest with you. Does not sound very Spider-Man-esque. All right, I'm going to take a quick little breather, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to drop some links to some fun places. Feel free to check them out and follow. And then we'll get back to the conversation. I just need to take a drink and catch my breath. All right, we're back at it, guys. Let's see what some people had to say. Hopefully you guys had a chance to click on some of those links. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, all those big boy locations. We post a lot of content in a lot of them, and my Instagram is cool pictures of my life, if anybody cares about that at all. All right, back to the show. If Miles Morales shows up in the No Way Home movie besides those 3, I'd give a standing ovation. Well, there you go. How am I? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Enjoying the live podcast and hanging out with everybody today, which is always a blast. You're seeing it on the 20th in Cryptic? There you go. Jake says, I need to get my ticket for Spider-Man. I'll be going solo, though. Oh, that's sad. You find a friend or something. I feel like it's a good movie to watch with people. Ah, true. I don't think it was ever backwards compatible. No, Xbox One never played Xbox 360 games, which is just dumb. And Cryptic, you're hopping off. Thank you so much for stopping by. I recently got into the topic of casting with a few friends, and I was curious if they could get him for a future Spider-Man movie. Do you think Jim Carrey would make a Green Goblin? I mean, I think he has the capability of doing anything. He's a very talented, capable actor, and he definitely has that creepy side locked in. I just feel like he's past the point of doing that. But I feel like he definitely could do a very good job, yes. All I want to have Shattered Dimensions reverse compatible on Xbox. There you go. Lightning Bugs, how you doing? Thank you for joining. You're going to watch No Way Home. That's a good idea. I feel like most people are. What type of camera do I use? I am currently using a Sony a6000 with a 4K stream cam link into my PC, casted onto Streamlabs. I have a 3.5 to 5.6 millimeter, or no, 16 to 50 millimeter OOS lens that I use to make me look so pretty. And my lighting is not fantastic. I'm literally playing 360 COD BO2 on my Xbox One right now. There you go. I have an Xbox S, which is the white one. The white one that came out after Xbox One. I have that right here next to me. I play FIFA on it. But I actually play most of my games on PC nowadays. Hey, how's my day been so far? It's been pretty good, Ash. I've had a pretty good day. In Spider-Man No Way Home, are we going to see Rhino? I don't personally believe so. No. Stormwave Entertainment Media, no problem. Thank you so much. So word on the street is that we will be getting a Spider-Man Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer today for the second movie, which is going to be a 2-part film. So that's going to be pretty fun. Question was, have they started editing the trailer for for Doctor Strange 2? Yes. And word on the street is that it is completely done and ready to go. I do not think they're going to launch it until after Spider-Man comes out, obviously. One, because it might have insane spoilers for Spider-Man in it. And two, because I think they're trying to avoid the crazy hype of Spider-Man. Why does Tom Holland call Spider Monday but not Cyber Monday? I think they were just kind of doing a joke. Just trying to play a joke on it, trying to build a little bit more hype on the ticket sales. After No Way Home, will we be able to make more Me and the Boys memes? Oh, I hope so for sure. That'd be awesome. I hope we get a lot of live action memes because those are the best. Spider memes are the best. I rewatched all the Spider-Man movies for No Way Home. There you go. Did you get all of them? The original trilogy, the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, and the Home trilogy? There you go. Into the Spider-Verse is supposed to be a 2-part. So the next film is going to directly connect with the third. So you know how sometimes there's this film and then it stops and it picks right up, like Infinity War Endgame was 2 parts? It's going to be something like that is what I've heard. And that the 2 parts are going to be really awesome. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse did an amazing job. I think it was a very, very well-loved film. And I'm expecting to see pretty big things coming from the continuation of this Spider-Man stuff. So, I'm just checking to see if maybe that trailer came out. Hasn't yet. The first look of Spider-Man will probably drop tomorrow. That's old news. Come on, give me new news. New Fortnite Chapter 3 leak has revealed that a number of Spider-Man skins are coming to the game. Oh my gosh, it's the guy from Fortnite. Dang it. There you go. Spider-Man's coming to Fortnite, guys. Breaking news. You heard it here first. All right. Pray for me, Chris. I got COVID. Been struggling the last couple of days. Oh no, Jake. That's awful to hear. I'm sorry. I hope you end up feeling better real soon. Keep me updated as well. I'm sure you're just feeling really tired and achy and sick, and it sucks. But I'm confident you'll be okay in the long run, buddy. I was lucky to just get my tickets. Well, good, Ash. I'm glad you got your tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home, I presume. Tom said if he's still willing to do Spider-Man at 30, he's done something wrong. It wouldn't be feasible to do a trilogy in 5 years. You know, it probably wouldn't, but it's kind of hard to turn away being Spider-Man. And I don't personally think that he has done something wrong if he's playing Spider-Man at 30. If he plays Spider-Man until he's 30, that's 5 years. After that, he can play a couple other movies. He says his aspiration is to be James Bond. Well, guess what? He needs to be 45 to be James Bond. James Bond ain't never been no 30-year-old. So he's still a long way away from that. And so I expect him to be... I think we have definitely room for a trilogy from him one more time. So I'm not too worried about that. Did I watch Danny Gonzalez as all? I don't believe I did. Do you believe that those villains would be great for new 3 Spider-Man movies? Prowler, Silverman, Tombstone. Tombstone would be fun. Jackal would be fun too. Those are some really fun villains. Jurassic Park would be killer in Theater X setting. That would be fantastic. I've never seen a movie in Theater X though. Jose, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Any updates on Spider-Man? We're getting a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer today for the second film. That's kind of a Spider-Man update. Spider-Man's joining Fortnite in Chapter 3. That's kind of an update. And Spider-Man No Way Home is just going to be nutty. So there you go. Will Spider-Man be in Spider-Verse 2? Venom. I don't know. I don't believe so. Yo, we live right now. Yes, we are, Mushmind. Thank you for joining. Everybody, if you haven't already, smash that like button for me, por favor, and check out the other social links that are down in the description down below. Also, if you're interested in joining the channel, you can get some really awesome emotes that I've created. Well, I didn't create them, but I cut them out and put them on the channel. I guess I created the logo. But everything else is just fun for you to have, a badge, all the other perks and stuff as well. So that option is also available. Can't wait for Spider-Verse 2. Honestly, I think a lot of people are very, very excited for that because it's a film that has harvested a lot of excitement and people really, really enjoyed it. Who's my favorite Spider-Man? It has to be... It's definitely back and forth between Tobey Maguire and Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. Sadly, it's not Andrew Garfield. I never had a real connection to him. I thought his movies were cool, visually really fun. The story plot was okay. But my favorite Spider-Man is toss-up between Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire. Probably whoever I'm watching at the time. Is there going to be another movie Into the Spider-Verse? At the moment, we have two movies coming for Into the Spider-Verse. How's it like living with Warren? Pretty good. He's my best friend. We work together. We party hardy and we work hard too. So we have a good time. Do I know who's going to die in No Way Home? I personally do not know who's going to die. I know who I think is going to die. And I think we're going to get more than one death. Either Happy or May. And then one of the Spider-Men's going to die. I think it's going to be Tobey Maguire. And then either MJ or Ned. I think there's going to be a few deaths. I think there's going to be a lot of upset Peter Parker. Can I please increase the volume a little bit? The volume of what? This trailer? Is it playing in the background? No, it's not. There's no volume. Either Happy or May. There's no volume to it. It's just sitting there because I'm on Twitter in case that trailer comes out. The Into the Spider-Verse trailer, which we're still waiting on. Those were the best 40 minutes I've seen of a Spider-Man movie. There you go. People talking about Spider-Man 40-minute pre-screening. Is it like cartoon-wise also? Yeah, 100%. My volume's pretty loud. You're just going to have to turn it up on your device. I'm not going to turn it up anymore because then it'll be too loud for most people. If I genuinely don't buy tickets early, then should I be worried about at least being able to see No Way Home the weekend it comes out as opposed to the day it comes out? I'm asking because I know it'll be big. Oh, it's going to be huge, Sean. I guess that really only depends where you live. If you live in like New York City or somewhere in California, Florida, Texas, really populated areas, it's very possible that you might not. But if you live in a smaller town somewhere, you should be all right. I feel like there's places in America where you could still get same day tickets. So we'll have to wait and see. Who's going to be the villain in Spider-Verse 2? I actually don't know. I'm very curious to find out, and hopefully we get a tease of that in the trailer. Also, hi. Make sure you're not spamming. It makes a unfun situation for everybody else. Just ask your question one time. I'll get to it, and if I don't, you can ask it again in like a minute. You live in Georgia? If you live in Atlanta, it might be a little difficult, but if you live in a small town somewhere in Georgia, you should probably be okay. I don't want to guarantee that, but I bet you'll probably be all right. Yeah, it'll definitely be later tonight, but you never know. Sometimes, and it has been on a few occasions, they just post them early and then they talk about it. But they'll probably wait till CCXP. That's my expectation. It'll be out tonight. Sony panel does start in 4 hours, yes. Whew. Is the integrated suit like half black and red and remains of the nano suit because it had the spider claws? Yeah, I actually think that's the point of it. Integration, the word integration meaning like taking multiple things and putting them together, like grafting. So I feel like he's taken bits and pieces of suits he still has, the red and black, the black and gold, the Iron Spider, and maybe some bits of new suits and magic and all the nanotech, and he's kind of created one suit, which would be the idea of the word integration. I think it'll be a cool scene to see as well. I bet people are going to watch No Way Home more than 2 times and spoil it for others before the film starts. You know, that would be sad. I hope nobody gets it spoiled too badly. But for sure. Who do I think the last member of the Sinister Six should be? Personally, I think it should be Mysterio, since he's the one who caused all the events. I 100% agree with exactly what you just said. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I agree that that's who it should be. Am I going to Soup's fan premiere on the 15th? No, I will not be going to Soup's fan premiere on the 15th. No. Do I like the black and gold suit in No Way Home, Chris? Yeah, I think it's clean. I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the way it looks. I can't wait for the magic to get integrated into it as well. You're all right, Jake. And I think it's a lot of fun just being able to do it. Does it matter? 7734. Thank you for subscribing. Will No Way Home have any mid-credit scenes or post-credit scenes? I've heard it will have two. One mid-credit and one post-credit scene. That is what I've heard thus far. Very content with them saying Tom is going to be doing more movies. You know, I've heard that, and I've heard he's dying, so we'll have to see. I think they should do more movies like this, colliding the universes. I think they get kind of messy. My personal opinion. I don't think that they shouldn't do them. I just think that they can get a little bit messy, and it could be kind of crazy to constantly be doing stuff like that. So I think it's fun when it comes around. I just think, I don't know. I just think it's hard. It's hard to say. Thoughts on the Kenobi show? I am so pumped. It's one of the most excited, or is the most excited I've been for a Star Wars project in years. How are they going to act if Andrew and Toby didn't show up in the movie? I'll be all right. It won't be the end of my life. I know a lot of people will be really upset or say the movie's garbage. I will be completely fine if they don't show up. Like, I want to see them. I would prefer to see them. But if for some reason they don't make it, I'll be okay. I will be A-okay. Do I think Toby and Andrew going to stay? No, because they're going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Not sure. How long till the teaser drops again? And hi, Chris. Should be about 4-ish hours. How you doing, verified YouTuber? Welcome back to the stream. Spider-Man No Way Home is 2 hours and 28 minutes. Yes, DD, that is accurate. Imagine if Miles Morales makes his debut. I've heard rumors that it's possible. They're cutting a lot of scenes and changing a lot every day. The movie still isn't even finished being created. The VFX team is still working on it. Tom Holland himself just confirmed that they took his brother's scene out of the film. But that's how it is. What's my favorite Iron Man suit? Oof. Probably the first one. I like classic looks. I like all the fun nanotech stuff, like the Spider-Man nano Iron Spider suit, all that stuff. I think it's all a lot of fun. But I just like the classic looks, like the really simple, nice suits. And the first Iron Man suit they made was insane. Christopher Miller, today, trailer. There you go. Oh, yeah, 100% it's a tease. 100%. Trailer today, yeah. 100%. 100%. There you go. That's a tease from Christopher Miller. Trailer today. We all know that it's happening. But just be excited, guys. Be excited. The Best in Ash. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Jake. I hope you get better soon. Early this year, spending prayers, full recovery. Yeah, it's been really hard to breathe for me. Heart's been hurting. Not fun. It isn't, but I hope you stay safe, my guy, Jake. Let me know. Keep me updated, my guy. Your opinion on the Iron Man Jr. attacks on Tom Holland Spider-Man. Your opinion on the Iron Man Jr. attacks on Tom Holland Spider-Man. I don't know what that means. Ask it again in a different way. Did I get my tickets? I did get my tickets. I'll be watching it on the 16th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. So very, very early. I really think Sony is planning for this way of commercial for a long time. Oh, probably. Your birthday's tomorrow? Hi? Good to hear. Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park are in the universe said possible crossover movie. See, again, that's not something I really need or want or care for. I don't really need to get a Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious remix Super Jam. I just don't care for that idea. I don't like stuff like that. I like simplicity in my films. That's what I like. Hey, Chris, can catch up on all the latest Spider-Man No Way Home TV spots. There are a lot of them. Most of them don't show a whole lot of new footage that we haven't already seen before, so If you haven't seen them all, you aren't missing out on much. There's a couple that show different perspectives of footage that we've already seen. And the majority of them are all just edited to cropped into revealing nothing. Like, there hasn't been really anything that we've missed. Thoughts on Harry Potter? I love Harry Potter. It's been a while. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I was at the Lego store and they had a Harry Potter set, and I was like, I need to watch all the Harry Potters again. Super, super fun. Super, super fun. Will Spider-Gwen be in Into the Spider-Verse 2? I imagine. My assumption is yes. I think she was too loved to not be. They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them. How long did you take to get your movie tickets? It took me a good 4 or 5 hours to get them. What's my top 3 of the different Spider-Man versions? Please justify. My top 3 of the different Spider-Man versions? You mean out of the 3 Spider-Man? The way I've always said it is, Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a really good Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is the best at being both. That's my justification. I think Tom Holland has been the best Peter Parker and Spider-Man together at the same time. Tobey Maguire was the perfect Peter Parker. But sometimes his Spider-Man lacked just a little bit. He definitely had the fun, snarky remarks. But Peter Parker and Spider-Man are almost kind of like Hulk. When Peter Parker has on the mask and he starts to embrace his abilities, he becomes this confident, snarky, kind of funny, joke goofing off guy. But Peter Parker still isn't. Peter Parker is always and always has been and always probably will be kind of shy, kind of quiet, and potentially, unaware of social abilities. And Tom Holland hits that. He's got that nerdy kind of outsider vibe, where Andrew Garfield was just too cool. He's too good looking to be a nerd and to be a dork and to not be liked and to be a social pariah, right? It's just not realistic. Tom Holland's right in the sweet spot of, and he's a good looking guy. They all are. They're actors. But I just think a lot of them just didn't necessarily have all of those qualities. Do I think it's wrong for people to sell their tickets on eBay for thousands of dollars? I think if people are going and buying 100 tickets and trying to sell them on the internet, yeah, that's kind of crap. If I bought 2 tickets and I sold one of them on the internet because my wife didn't want to go anymore, or somebody actually offered me $1,000 for it, sure, that's okay. But if you're purposely sitting there buying 100 tickets to Spider-Man because you can sell them for $1,000, yeah, that's kind of a douche move. You'll be okay in a week. Thanks again for making me feel better. It's a little scary. You'll be good, Jake. You're a strong man. You're capable. I believe in you. Will No Way Home be released on any streaming services shortly after theatrical release, or will it be strictly a theatrical exclusive? It will be a theatrical exclusive for a while. I'm sure eventually it will be somewhere. Do I think Tom Holland Spider-Man has more suits than any other Spider-Man? Definitely. At the moment, yes, 100%. Are we going to hear Tobey, Andrew, and Spider-Man No Way Home? I hope so. Hey, Chris, what are my top 5 MCU movies? Oh, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. That's hard to ask. Tom Holland is probably my favorite Spider-Man, but Spider-Man fans will call me a kid and New Gens fan because I didn't like Tobey or Andrew. SMH. Oh my gosh. No, Spider-Man is Spider-Man for everybody. It doesn't matter who he's played by, if he's animated, if he's live action, if he's a comic book, if he's a toy. If you love Spider-Man, you love Spider-Man, and I don't care who got you into Spider-Man, because Spider-Man has something for all of us, 100%. Sorry, I had formulated the question incorrectly. I mean, for example, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Michael O'Hara, Peter Porker, and so on. I didn't see the original question, I'm afraid. I feel like it's a really bad movie doing that, selling tickets for many dollars. Yeah, it's not a very nice thing to do. Random thought. Since actual celebs exist in the MCU like Beyonce, then could the actors who play the Marvel characters also exist in the MCU, or would that be weird? I think that would be weird. But Ryan Reynolds, when he's Deadpool, references Ryan Reynolds all the time. No, I have not seen Manifest. All right, deep breath. All right, guys, we just hit the hour mark, and I like to keep these live podcasts to an hour because I feel like people are more likely to watch them if they're not too crazy long. So I'm going to go ahead and say get your last questions in. Get your final questions in. I'll answer a few more questions, and then we can call it a good day. You and your girlfriend just rewatched Harry Potter? That's fantastic. That's a good couple show to watch. While you guys are getting your last questions in, I'm going to drop my links one more time. Please do me a favor and check them out. Consider following if you're interested. Also, thank you to everybody who donated during today's stream and became members. welcome to the team. To all the current members who joined, thank you so much as well, always for supporting the channel and being involved. And finna be a good day, everybody. Finna be a good day. All right, let's see. Last minute questions. Do you think the movie will introduce Gwen Stacy as Peter Parker's girlfriend, especially after the leaks of MJ forgetting who Peter is? No, I don't think we're going to see Gwen until maybe the next trilogy, assuming MJ dies or breaks up with Spider-Man or forgets who he is permanently. And then maybe we'll see it. Are there any Twitter pages you follow for Spider-Man No Way Home? Definitely a couple. There's a few on Twitter that do a really good job. And, everybody go and check out my lady on YouTube. Do me that favor right now, actually. There's 62 of you in here. I want at least 30 of you to subscribe. This is my wife's channel. She does a very good job posting brief news. And she just started her channel. These are all the videos she has. And she talks about news, and she does a really good job. So everybody do me a favor and go support my lovely lady if you haven't already subscribed. And send it to all your friends as well. She deserves it. She deserves it. She works hard. Let's see. Last minute questions. Have I watched the Harry Potter game show they just started? No, I haven't even heard about it. Have you read the comics? I've read a lot of comics. Not every comic, but I have read a lot of comics. How Tobey Spider-Man shot web without web shooter. That was just a editorial direction that they decided to go. Do it like DC? Yes, I do. I like a lot of DC. I think they're not doing necessarily a great job right now, but I love the comics. I got Batman up here. Big fan of a lot of characters. Not Superman. I hate Superman. Where's the Cosmic Wonder? I think he's at the gym. Thank you for having us. Thanks for having this catch up with us. Of course, John Hoffman. Thank you for joining. Who is Peter Parker's first girlfriend in Homecoming? It's MJ. How Tobey Spider-Man? I have that one. Have I read the comics? I had that one. Okay, next question is my last question. Alley Cat is so cool. Hope you have a great day, Chris, and everyone. Also, get well, Jake. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. One more question. There's a failure. These aren't questions. One more question, guys. Somebody hit me with a question. Who's got the last question? You guys are awesome, Dimple. That's not a question either, Allie. Do I think there are more suits? That's a good question to end it on. I would love to see the other two Spider-Men. I would love to see the other two Spider-Men get suits as well. All of the leaks and everything we've heard so far hasn't actually shown that that's going to happen. They're going to be remaining in their actual suits. But I think it would be really cool to see that. But at the moment, I do not believe so. And just because Sean asked as well, no, I do not believe Kirsten Dunst is in the film. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For joining, for donating, for being involved, for supporting, for subscribing to Marvel Minute News, for following me on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, all those boys. Jake, feel better. Keep me updated in the cord. Hopefully you stay well. And everybody have a wonderful day on Cosmic Culture.